really like Dragon Ball Z. When I say I really like it, I mean I really love Dragon Ball Z. It's pretty much ingrained in my own personality. Yes, I was one of those people who watched Dragon Ball Z Kai on Toonami every Saturday at 7 p.m. Yes, my favorite arc is the Cell arc. Yes, I think Trunks is super hot. But, okay, cool. Now we got that out of the way. Cool, whatever. I honestly got into it because of my brother. Might say. In my early childhood, we'd pay attention to the time it'd be on, we'd have our dinner plates, and we'd basically just start indulging in the anime show that shaped my childhood. But he didn't have to dedicate so much time to making sure we spent so much quality time together watching anime. To be quite honest, this part of my childhood was a tough battle that he endured for years. And I'm here to give you a background as to why that was. When he first emigrated to the US from Mexico, Marce was presented with a set of challenges to accustom himself to American society. He went to an English school, got his English certification in a couple of months, and eventually got his GED to pursue higher education. And he knew higher education was his calling, not only because it was a means of earning a better job and, making bank, but also providing a better life for the people around him. Not too long after he entered community college, however, we were hit with our biggest financial burden as a family. As a result, he was forced to quit and work full-time to sustain the cost of the house, even taking care of me, because I was very young at the time. I, of course, could never speak on his behalf regarding the struggles during that period. But he always made an effort to sacrifice some of his time to be present with me. He'd watch a couple of episodes of Dragon Ball Z with me, even if he only got 3 or 4 hours of sleep that day. While this may seem small, this kind of presence in my childhood became a critical part of who I am as a person. Through these gestures, I can safely say that my brother offered me his version of the 7 Dragon Balls. Dragon Ball 1, humility. I became very appreciative of the little that we had, knowing our circumstances were different compared to other folks. Dragon Ball 2, discovery. He sparked my love for education, beginning with learning Dragon Ball Z lore, and ending with my love for theater and coding. Dragon Ball 3, empathy. I made it my job to be respectful and understanding of all situations and see nuance when necessary. Dragon Ball 4, kindness. Whether it's my ding dong every morning in first period AP Human Geo class, shout out to you guys, I love you guys.
Of course.
Or any small gifts for any of my folks. I vow to bring positive energy anywhere I went. Dragon Ball 5, justice. Life is insanely unfair, but taking small steps to break barriers in spaces where people of my skin color and ethnicity aren't often seen were points I always try to make. Dragon Ball 6, discipline. Yeah, I get quite lazy, but my brother always instilled to me his rigorous work ethic to ensure success in everyday tasks. And finally, Dragon Ball 7, which I believe is the most important. Love. Love for your loved ones. Love for all that you've worked on. Love for anyone and everyone. These 7 Dragon Balls he's bestowed upon me have turned me into the person that I am today. And I sincerely thank him for all his sacrifices and his teachings. If there's anything I'd like to send over to the class of 2026, it's this. Times are gonna be tough. Maybe times have already been tough. But no matter what trials and tribulations may hit us, there is always someone out there who has made immense sacrifices for our best interests. Whether it be hardworking parents who work day in and day out to put food on the table. Or a teacher who's always advocated for you to go on school trips because they saw you as a bright, passionate student. Or even the friend who stayed up until 1:30 in the morning listening to your deepest vent. Yes, we've all been there, don't lie. Let's take the time to think of our person and thank them for their sacrifices and presence. For they may have been the ones to build up the Dragon Balls of your character and personality. I'd like to end this speech with a direct message to the very person I was speaking about, and along with the rest of my family. Hola familia. Hola. No se pongan nerviosos, no voy a decir nada malo. Nada más les quería decir un mensaje del corazón. Muchas gracias por todo, por sus esfuerzos de venir hasta el pueblo, hasta aquí. Dejaron mucho. Dejaron a sus padres, hijos, hermanos, tíos, tías, primos, amigos y muchos más para darnos una vida mejor. Sinceramente, nunca podría repagar tantas horas que ustedes se mataron ahí en la cocina. Las quemaduras, las quejas, las quejas. Y el estrés fueron precios muy caros que yo nunca les podía repagar. Pero voy a intentar. Hice todo esto para ustedes, graduándome con honores, sacando estas buenas calificaciones, haciendo proyectos para beneficiar a nuestra ciudad y muchas otras actividades que hice para que un día ustedes puedan disfrutar de los frutos de mi vida. Voy a seguir echándole ganas en la escuela, en el estudio, para ustedes. Porque ustedes merecen nada más que lo mejor de la vida. Si todos los padres hispanos me escuchen, también hablo por sus hijos. Sus esfuerzos nunca se van a olvidar. De lo contrario, vamos a usar nuestras voces para que sus historias siempre se cuenten. Porque son ustedes que son nuestros héroes de la vida. Te quiero mucho, mami. Te quiero mucho, papi. Y te quiero mucho, Marce. Gracias por ser parte de mi vida. And thank you to all of you as well. Every single person in this room has made such an impact on me. I could not be more grateful for everyone that's here. Thank you. God bless you.